Hey everybody, this is Mark from Vibe Repair. I just came across kind of an odd troubleshooting, I guess an anomaly or an occurrence that I wanted to document both for myself but for also other repair technicians. So so here we go, let's get into it. So this is an A1990 MacBook Pro. This is a 2018 model. What's the board number? It's 01041. And what's really interesting about this board is when I was talking with the customer and I plugged it in, I'm using the USB amp meter to kind of see why it's not powering up, and I thought maybe it had to do with the bump from 5 volts to 20 volts, and that's what I was seeing. It was only taking 5 volts, and the cord, which is right here, the cord usually will supply 5 volts, and then the chip inside negotiates for 20 volts because it's smart enough to do that, and then the whole system runs off 20 volts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this and then show you kind of an odd occurrence that got it taking 20 volts. And the machine still doesn't work, but from a troubleshooting perspective, I just thought it was interesting. So here we go. Change cameras real quick. All right, so here's the machine, and when I plug in the USB amp meter, I got the wrong cable. Hold on a second. Alright, so this is coming from the power brick. I'll plug it in, and it says 5 volts. So we can, well, that's not going to work either. So I'll raise it up. Okay, 5 volts. Alright. However, when I have another laptop with the USB-C cable plugged in, I wanted to see if maybe the T2 chip on this machine was in DFU mode. Now, if I just plug this in, there's no change. Nothing happens. Doesn't care. Okay, and you can see still at 5 volts. Now this cable here is plugged into my shop MacBook Pro, where I have Apple Configurator 2 open to see if it's actually in DFU mode. But watch this. Okay, so this is not connected to a power supply. It's connected directly to another laptop. This is the power supply. So I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to plug it in. No, now it doesn't want to do anything. Okay. This is getting fun. Okay, so now it's not drawing anything. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to disconnect the battery. I guess this is all somehow coming together. Okay, so power is disconnected. The battery is completely disconnected. Okay. So the machine is in an off state. all. Okay. Battery's been connected back, but it's still not on. So I'm going to connect this to the laptop first this time, and now I'm going to connect it to the power supply. Okay, now it's not doing anything at all. Of course, why would it? It's plugged in. Alright, so 2 seconds ago, it was bumping up to 20 volts. Let's get it over here. Okay, plugging computer in first. Plug in power supply. Here we go, it's on, and it's at 19 volts, where it's supposed to be. So you can see that. 19 volts. Alright, and I'm breaking things. Alright, so we're going to do this again. We're going to repeat this, because now it depends on which side of the computer that this happens on. Alright, so disconnected. Okay, battery's off, or battery's disconnected. Computer's off. Okay, battery is reconnected. Okay, still off. Just plug in the power supply. Five volts. You can see that. 5 volts. Alright. Then I plug it into the other laptop. Does nothing. No change. Okay. No change. You can still see we're sitting at 5 volts. Alright. Unplug power. Unplug computer. Okay. Now this time I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to plug in the computer first. Okay. Then I'm going to unplug, or then I'm going to plug in power. Boom, 19 volts. So this tells me that there's some kind of logic going on, that it's not actually a problem with the chip responsible from the 5 to 20 volt negotiation with the power supply. That there's something going on with the logic, and by having another MacBook plugged in at the time powers that the power supply is attached. I won't say power applied because it already has the battery applied. that the negotiation happens. I don't know if that's negotiation from the other laptop on that USB bus, or if it's actually happening from this laptop. But if I disconnect the other laptop, you can see, well, you can see that it is still at that 19 volts, 20 volts. So, weird anomaly. I don't know how this all comes together in the troubleshooting of this particular MacBook Pro, but something that I thought was curious, and I wanted to record it and share it. So let me know if you have any thoughts on this. Have you seen this before? Is this something that maybe I just don't know about? Teach me, let me know. All right, take care.